In today's video, we're going to learn how to make this a really nice funnel graphic in PowerPoint, and we're going to use PowerPoint only to really get that nice infographic result. The cool thing is that you can also change it to any color that you like with a simple click, so it's very practical and easy to add to your templates. Alright, so we're going to start from a blank slide, and I'm just going to set the layout to blank so there's no confusion whatsoever. What we're going to do next is we're going to go to the Design tab, and then I'm going to change a color palette. I'm going to choose one of my purple color palettes. You can use any color palette for this matter. Next, what we want to do is we want to add a rectangle. So go to Insert or Home and then drag a rectangle on the screen. I'm going to do it just in the middle of the slide. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add another circle and drag it right here. Maybe I give it a different color so it's easy to see and distinguish between the rectangle. Hold Control and scroll backwards to zoom out a little bit. And now we hold Control and Shift and we drag that shape. So you see now we're already getting into that funnel, and that is a shape that we can't generate in PowerPoint natively, so we want to sort of create that ourselves. Now we want to position everything until we get the exact funnel that we want. You can always increase them in size and then position them. So we, for example, have this end where it goes a little bit wider again. If we don't want that, well, we can easily just select them and drag them downwards, for example, or just, it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. We can also do ovals until we get this shape that we want. So you see, this I think looks like quite a nice shape. I'm going to do it just a little bit smaller so we get that little bit of a opening again, that tip at the end as well. So I think this will look perfectly fine. What I'm going to do now is select both of the pink or the red shapes. Go to Shape Format, Merge Shapes, and we're going to do Union. So they both act as one shape. Now I'm going to select the background rectangle, hold Shift and select the two shapes, and then I'm going to do Subtract until we get this nice funnel shape. Now the next part is that we want to have these 4 layers. 4 layers, it could also be 5 or 3, it doesn't really matter. What we're going to do for this is we're going to add a rectangle. And just going to drag it next to that shape that we've created. Hold Control Shift and create a copy and just place it or connect it to that previous part. Then once you have 4, you're going to Control G and group them together. And now we're going to make it as large, or make it connect to the top and the bottom, so it's equally split in 4. Now I'll just make this red as well so we can easily see it. I'm going to stretch it and then cover up everything in the middle. So right now what we have is we have those 4 boxes, and we have that funnel shape in the background. So that is what we want. We can also send this to the background. That won't matter too much. So you see, this is the shape that we have. I'm going to ungroup this part for now, and now we're going to create those variants, those different levels. What you can always do is you can always duplicate the slide here on the left, so that you have an extra one to work with. This is, let's say, your working file that you want to use. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select those, create a copy to the side. I always like to work like that, so I keep one clean copy also in a duplicate so I don't mess anything up. Select the shape, hold Shift, select the first layer, go to Shape Format, and then we're going to go for Intersect. That's the one. Then I'm going to see that I have this loose shape, so that's what I want. And I'm just going to copy this over. You can choose however you like to work. I'm just going to hold Shift and then go for Intersect. And now you get that second level, just like that. Make sure that you do it for the other ones as well. So intersect each time that little part. And you see here I forgot to copy it, so that's why it's good to always have like a little backup somewhere that you can easily, you don't have to go back, you can just take it from somewhere else. There we go. So these are the layers. Now I don't need my backups and working files anymore, but you can always keep them. So this is the funnel that we have. Now we want to have those rounded corners. And for that, I'm going to go for a rounded rectangle and put it right here at the top. I'm going for complete roundness and center it in the middle. You can always make it just a little bit smaller, and I'm going to copy it to the bottom as well. So I'm going to position it, just Control Z for a second. I'm going to position it right at the top layer here. And then this one, I'm going to connect it with the bottom. Also make it smaller, since It has to be a little bit realistic, but this way we sort of get these rounded corners, which I like quite a lot. Hey, real quick, if you want to master PowerPoint for your business context, for yourself, for your team members, well, I have entire programs that teach you everything you need to know about PowerPoint, just tailor-made for you. So these are the workshops that I give in big companies all around the world. Well, they also exist in a self-paced course. So if you're interested in that, just have a look at slidesbysander.com. Let's get back to the tutorial. So that gives us the different items. I'm going to not group this one, but those two at the top, well, I'm going to merge them as well, so they act as one simple shape. And then the bottom ones as well, so merge those, union. And then we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 different shapes. So that's what we want for our funnel. So now we have our shape. Well, let's give it the nice colors that we want. So we have those gradients and those nice touches so that it looks really on brand and it matches your slides. So to do that, we're going to first give it a nice background color. So right click and background. So I'm going to start with a solid background and let's go for a dark purple version here. For those, I'm going to give it a gradient fill and I'm going to add 2 stops. So for one stop, I'm going to add that accent color, and for the other one, I'm going to choose the bottom one here. We'll see in a second why we do that. And then for the accent color, well, I'm going to tune the brightness. So I'm going to add that to the other side, of course, so that it becomes lighter. I'm going to put this to around, let's say 70-75%. There we go. So we have that dark side on the right. I'm also going to give those all a bit of an outline. So a white outline, so we clearly see the different shapes. Now, Ctrl-Shift-C, and then hold Shift while selecting the others, Ctrl-Shift-V to copy-paste the formatting. And now we're going to adjust that color stop, and I'm just going to make it a little bit darker each time. So from 75, let's go to 50, and then we go to, for example, 25, I would say. And then at the bottom, we can go to 0. So that we have this nice flow, but one of the best things is that it sort of keeps that gradient. Because we use that same dark color gradient, it looks like a nice cast shadow on top of that funnel, which I kind of like. It's a little bit of a design touch that I like. So now we're going to create those shapes, or those pullouts, let's say. And I'm going to go for a rounded rectangle on that. So add a rounded rectangle and just do it like this. I'm going to make it white to start and no outline. And now we're going to add our text to it. So add a little bit of a text box and we say step 1. Now, if you don't like the fonts, so as a standard it uses Aptos, what I prefer to do is I go to the slide master and then change that font pair for the entire presentation. So you only have to do it once. Let's say you want to go for Century Gothic, which I think looks really clean. And you'll see that now everything has been applied. So we don't have to worry about that. If you make it bold, that doesn't really matter. So let's do that. Give it an accent color. And I'm going to add one more text box here. I'm going to add some lorem ipsum text. So lorem 1.2, and then delete some of the text here. And I'm going to make that quite a lot smaller so that it fits right here. And then let's also give it a very nice dark color so that it matches the background. I'm going to press Ctrl-R to align it to the right side of the slide, or to the right side of the text box, and then shift this one up a little bit as well. Make sure everything is nicely centered in the middle, maybe font size 20. That really depends on the effect that you want to create. Now let's go for an arrow and drag that from here. Hold Shift and drag it to the right. Right click, Format Shape. And now we're going to adjust the settings. So I'm going for a dashed line, and the arrow size. I think the look, this one could be good. Let's see which one looks nicest. If we make it large, I don't really like, let's maybe extend it so it looks clean. You see what I mean? You want to sort of either figure out if you can find the right spot, or otherwise you just go for that other alternative where you go for that full arrow size. I think this looks a little bit better. So that is looking quite good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to Ctrl-G and group everything together. Hold Ctrl-Shift and drag it downwards every time in the middle of that level that we've created. So you see it nicely snaps. Hold Shift, select everything. Oops, let me do that again. Don't select those, but only the 4. Right click and then send to back. So everything gets sent to the back. Now we're going to adjust the arrows a little bit so they nicely go behind the funnel. It's in the small details, but I think it really matters if you just pay attention to those small details. And now we're going to go for the numbers. So step 2 and step 4. Now, of course, if this feels like a little bit too much pulled out, you can always adjust it. Just make sure that it doesn't peek out on the other side. Well, it doesn't really matter. We're going to cover it up anyways for the animations, but this is what you could do. Now let's top it off with some icons. So go to Insert, Icons. And let's say we want to have social media. If it's the item model, for example, the attention interest, whichever one you like, I'm going to do it like this. So social media, then it could be liking, and then it could be buying. So let's do it like this. Add those 4 icons and make them white. I'm going to place them right here and make them a little bit smaller. And then just place them in the center of the funnel exactly how we want it. So that's the last one, and that's going to be this one. You can always select them all and go to the Align options, Align to Center, just to make sure that everything is nicely aligned on your slide. Hold Control and Shift, and then you can scale them all up or down simultaneously, so they all scale to the center and they are nicely aligned. So this is what I kind of like. Now what we're going to do, before we animate those things, let's cover it up a little bit so we don't, if we have the animation, it doesn't peek from behind here. So for that, I'm going to add a circle and just drag it until it covers all of the parts. Now you just give it the same color as the background fill that you've taken, and then send to back. Also remove the outline so you don't have an outline. Now if you don't like this border here, in theory it doesn't matter, but for me I like to work with like a clean file. I don't like to have these borders or these things crossing the slide border. So for that, I'm just going to add a rectangle to the sides, select those 2, union, select that shape that we've created, I'll make it red, and there we go, we can see it now. So if you want to, you can even like position it like this, that doesn't really matter. I'm going to continue doing it this way. So hold this one, select the other one, and then go to subtract, that is, and that sort of subtracts the border size. Remove outline, give it the same color. And now if we move everything, well, of course we have to select those, remove the icons from the selection, and send it to back. So if we now put this to back, you see it goes behind that shape. That is because we have added that layer in between. If we go to home and we give it a different color, you see it goes exactly behind that shape. So that is what we wanted to create before we animate things. So this is how you create the slide. Now let's have a look at the animation part and how you can actually sort of control the attention yourself a little bit. And for that, we're going, of course, to the Animations tab, select the 4 objects while holding Shift, and we're going for a nice fly-in animation, and then effect options from the left, so they all fly in from the left side. And now we're going to open the animation pane, and here the drop down for the selection. So we want to have everything start on a click, and then the effect options, I want to have a smooth end, no bounce, that's not needed for me. Smooth end is enough. And then it goes a little bit too fast for my liking, so I'm going to go for timing, and then set the duration to about 2 seconds. If you want to have, for example, 1.5 seconds, that is also possible. So you can manually type that in if you want. So here we see that effect, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm going to delete this one right now as well. And let's preview already. So here we have our funnel, and as soon as we click, we have our first step come in, then we have our second, our third, and our 4th step of the funnel, which I think is a really nice way to present it. Now the best part about this is because we have used that solid color palette, if we ever go to design and change the color palette to, for example, red, you see everything just stays into place. And you don't have to make any changes, all of the animations, they stay into place. That is because we use that one accent color with those bright, light variations of that same tint. So it doesn't matter which color we go to. If we go to, for example, green, everything just works and it stays the same. So that is really cool. You can add it to your slide master, you can add it to your template, to your demo slides, and it will work seamlessly with whichever accent colors that you have. So thanks a lot for watching. If you really want to master PowerPoint yourself, just have a look at my website, slidesbysander.com, because there I have all my programs for business professionals. It's really using PowerPoint in a professional way. So if you're a business professional who really wants to excel and go to the next level, well, I have a lot of solutions for you there. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.